Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTube famous now. Available on iTunes in 2018. For real. The real deal. I'm in my office today, and I'll tell you why. Did you ask? Oh, you did? Okay. Well, the reason that I am filming in my office today is that we're getting a new patio on our house, and they have been hammering all day long. My dogs have been barking. It has been driving me absolutely nuts. Absolutely Oprah. In case you may have asked this too, today is the 8-year anniversary that we brought little Boo and Tucker home. Look how cute they are. So anyway, I want to get right into this video. I actually did not think that I was going to make another Kathleen Lights video, and I've gotten a really mixed response from the last two videos that I did. The first one I did kind of just talking about the issue that had happened and making commentary on it. The second one I did, and I talked about words having power, and I felt like a really great discussion came out of both of those. In the comment sections, and I read every single comment on it. I felt like I learned a lot from a lot of people's opinions. And, you know, I took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and, you know, my main goal in life is to always remain teachable. So, sometimes I don't really know what I'm gonna say going into a video, and I have to tell you that that is very much the case today. So you're really getting right now 100% Peter raw, in case you guys want that, and unedited, just me kind of responding to what has happened over the last 24 hours. Okay, so if you guys don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Kathleen Lights is a booty guru with about 1.5 million subscribers, and she was over at Jaclyn Hill's house, who they were doing a collab. They had like announced this collab they were gonna do, and then they were playing games and kind of hanging out together. They were playing video games. Jaclyn was like Snapchatting the whole thing, and at one point while she was playing a video game, you know, the one with the visual kind of, I've always wanted to do that, but I have epilepsy, and they say that you're not supposed to do that, and I don't want to like go full on seizure. So, but at some point, Kathleen, she made some kind of derogatory statement. We all know what it is. It doesn't need to be repeated. In the Snapchat, she asked Jaclyn Hill not to put it up. Jaclyn did, and then everybody went crazy, and this whole thing unfolded. And I said in my video the other day that I don't know why in 2017 we need to continue to use those words and blah, blah, blah. And I also said in that video that, you know, she said that's not who she is, and that she doesn't know why that word came out, and all these kinds of things, and that words don't just come out of people's mouths. And you can go back and watch that video. I stand behind everything I said in that video, and I want to make that very, very clear. I stand 100% behind what I said in those two videos that I made. The second one, called Words Have Power, is not so much just about Kathleen Lights. It's just about words in general. And I also read all of the comments on that, and I felt like there was a lot of wonderful discussion that came from that in the comment sections. And I'm not talking about the really negative, nasty comments. I'm talking about the ones from different people and how they had given words to power, and how, you know, like words only have power in these situations, and on and on and on. I also stand behind what I said in that video as well, but that's only my experience, okay? So I want to make that very, very clear. I didn't by any means want to victimize somebody or make somebody feel less than or more than they should about words. I mean, I think, you know, in life, we're going through our own journey, and we have to have our own experiences with people and words and what those things mean to them. And just for example, my husband and I feel very differently about this issue, right? He feels like words don't have any power unless you give them power. I feel very much that words are imposed upon us with the power that they already have. But that doesn't mean that we can't have an open and honest discussion about that, right? And through time, he has seen my side and said, yes, I can totally see how you see it from your point of view, because your experience is different than mine. And from my point of view, I can say, and I totally see how you see it from your point of view, because a lot of words haven't been used against you in that way that they've been used against me, if that makes sense. So like I said in that video, let's please not take away somebody's story, not just mine, but anybody's, in how they may respond to certain words. So when we make a blanket statement and we say things like, words shouldn't have power, or stop giving power to words, what we're saying is, your specific story means nothing, okay? And I'm just not a believer in that. I'm a believer in whatever our story is, it's important. So let's go into what happened last night, because I didn't really know what to make of it at first, to be honest with you. So, Kathleen Lights had put out this statement. I will read it again to you. She said, "To all of my disappointed followers, last night while I was drunk, unfortunately, I accidentally said this word while playing a video game on Jacqueline's Snapchat. I want everyone to know it was truly a mistake, and I never ever speak like that. Although it didn't come from a place of hate or racism, I know I have no right to say this word. Absolutely no right. I wasn't speaking to anyone or anything when I said this. I quickly said, oh, don't post that, because I knew instantly how wrong it was, and I'm truly shocked I even said that. That isn't who I am. I think my subscribers know I am 100% completely against racism and ashamed of myself because I know that word is hurtful. From the bottom of my heart, I'm deeply sorry and I hope you can forgive me." And then she went on Twitter and she, like, there was a lot of tweets on Twitter of her apologizing over and over and over again, right? And I think in this situation it's hard because it's like, okay, like, what do I do? And like I even said in my first video that she needs to make a video and explain what had happened. And at that point, then whether somebody forgives her or doesn't forgive her is really a personal decision. And a lot of people after my first video said, oh, you can excuse this person or you can forgive that person, but you can't excuse this. And you know, like Kathleen is a really nice person and all this kind of stuff. I forgive everybody that asks for forgiveness in my life, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that I forget what they've done. And I don't have a personal relationship with Kathleen. I'm not impressed by the use of that language, even in a Snapchat, even if it's not who she is. But her actions going forward will prove who she really is to me. Just 10 tweets and a comment on Instagram don't prove to me who somebody is because they messed up. And, you know, a lot of times I think we forget really what apologies are. Apologies aren't so much when somebody says, I'm sorry, or whatever. They're not so much about, like, you know, forgive me for what I did, this isn't who I am. Sorry means forget what I just did. And that's a little harder to do, I think, in life. She changed her comment underneath her video, and she said, I am disabling comments on this post because people in the comments were attacking people's cultures and race, and it's wrong. You can be upset with me, but please try to be kind to one another. I'm so sorry about what I did and how many people I hurt. I believe in inequality, and I've also stood by that. I know I've apologized 100 times, but I just want everyone to know I truly feel terrible. I will do what I can from this point on to prove to those people who doubt me that I am not that person, and all I can hope is that you'll give me a chance. And I think that's pretty profound, actually. And that's one of the things I say in my videos a lot, right? When you make an apology, own your shit, talk about what you did, take responsibility for it, say that you'll be a changed person, and show that. And so she's really done that at this point. The only thing that she can do next is continue to show in her behavior. But like we all know, if she gets caught Snapchatting again saying something, people are going to be on her. I looked at her social blade. She's not losing really any subs whatsoever over this, which is interesting that so many people have an issue with this, but yet nobody's unsubscribing to her. So her overall character must speak louder to people than this one incident is all I can think. And I have to be honest, I'm not a Kathleen Lights, you know, super fan. I've watched her for a while, about 6 months, like I said, but I don't know everything about her. She goes on to further say in her, the comment at the top of the video, please don't be upset or attack Jacqueline Hill, for this. The one in the wrong is me. She wasn't trying to sabotage me. She's not like that. I messed up. This is about me. Please be kind to her. Although I appreciate everyone's comments, this message was directed to those of you who are truly hurt by this. Those of you affected by this word. People are under the impression I said the full word. I did not, but the word I said is still just as wrong. I didn't say it in a racist or context, but honestly, I shouldn't have said it at all. And, you know, that's a lot of growth to me, and I'm sure she's just getting bombarded with comments. I did look before I posted this video. She still has not made any video response to this, which I think you wait 24 hours and then you make a response to it. It's like a press release. I mean, let's just be for real. And I'd really like to see her sit down on camera and just have an authentic response to this. But let me tell you what happened. And she doesn't owe that. I'm not saying that she owes that to anybody. I'm just saying that's what I would like to see personally, okay? But she can do what she wants to do. It's her business. I was just like rolling through social media last night and I noticed that I got a message from Kathleen Lights. Here it is right here. Can you see it? You guys know I don't do receipts. Whitney? Where are the receipts, Whitney? So I'm just going to read it to you. I'm not big on screenshots and all that kind of stuff. If you don't believe me that she messaged me, that's totally fine. You can ask her and she'll say it happened. So I'm just going to read you the messages between she and I. I already asked her, and you'll see this in the messages, if she has a problem with me making a video about that, and she says no. So I want you to know, I would never make a video about somebody that had direct messaged me or had contacted me without asking them first. That's not who I am, and I don't have any plan to do that. So I want to read to you what she said, because I think that's important. You know, I think a lot of times, especially as drama channels, people don't want to contact us out of fear of what we might do with information or something like that. And I do know that she contacted other channels. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but that's one of the things I asked in here. So she said, "Hi Peter, so I saw," and I hit this and it went right to her Instagram, so I know for a fact that it's coming from her. "Hi Peter, so I saw your video and wanted to reach out. I've been following you for a really long time. I watch your videos when I want to laugh and not take everything so seriously. Your video of me was well deserved, of course, but I just wanted to reach out to say I'm not racist. I don't have racism in my heart. It's quite the opposite. I'm always fighting for equality. I've always stood up for that. What I said was disgusting and ignorant, but it didn't come from a place of racism. I can assure you that will never come out of my mouth again. I don't talk like that. I'm so sad I hurt so many women or men in this community. All I can do is learn from this mistake. I would hate for the world to think I'm someone I'm not. Even though I know it looked bad, hope you understand." So I got this message and I was kind of like, I don't really know what to do with it, because I appreciate what she's saying, but it's not a whole lot different to me than what she had said, you know, in other statements. And so I was like, do I make a video about this? You know, do I contact her? What do I do with this? Because I was not going to make a video without asking her first if I could. But I didn't want to also just flippantly say, oh, that's okay, I totally understand, because that's not truly how I feel. How I truly feel in my heart of hearts is, okay, well, you screwed up. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what we can do with this, you know? Not that she needs me as any kind of PR person, because she doesn't. And, you know, it is what it is. And I'm just one person's response to this. Each one of you out there, each viewer, each lover of Kathleen, or each person affected by this, you are allowed the privilege of having your own response to this. Don't ever let somebody tell you that your response is wrong. Your response is personal, and it's based on your own experience, and you have a right to that response. Nobody should be able to take that away from you. So I responded to her, I think it was late last night, 2:07 a.m. I said, "Hey Kathleen, thank you so much for messaging me. I followed you for a long time too, and I hope you don't feel that my video was a personal attack. It was simply my commentary on the situation. Thank you for the message. Would you mind if I did a video about you messaging me? I will be fair and I will try to be positive, or I will be positive. And if not, I totally understand and I won't make the video. The fact that you actually reached out to me when you didn't have to speaks volumes. Much love, Peter." And she said, "I understand you do what you have to do, and I don't mind whatever you feel is right for you to do. I just wanted to message you myself to tell you how I felt. I hope people can find it in their hearts to forgive me, because I'm really not this person people think I am. I hope I can change their minds one day. It was my F up. I know that there wasn't any malice in my heart at all. Anyway, thank you for responding, Peter. It really means a lot to me." And then I said, "Hey Kathleen, I'm going to make a follow-up video, and like I said, I'm gonna be fair. Before I do, I wanted to ask if you have any statement about Jacqueline posting a snap even though you asked her not to. I thought I'd at least let you respond, since a lot of videos are making assumptions. Hope that makes sense." Because all of these people are saying that Jacqueline threw her under the bus, and that was Jacqueline's purpose of doing this, which Jacqueline posted it and then took it off really quick. And I think a lot of times we forget that we're human beings, and like this stuff does happen. Have you ever had that happen? I've had a friend of mine like be like, "Can you please take that down like immediately?" And I'm like, okay, and like I don't really even see anything wrong with it, and then they're like, "No, please take it down," and I do, right? Sometimes I haven't, I will admit to that. And she said, oh yeah, I updated my caption on Instagram addressing this yesterday. She really didn't mean to post the snap. She wasn't trying to come for me, she put in quotes. She was standing next to a really loud TV and laughing at the clown game. I'm the one who said something wrong. I don't know why people are coming for her. Because that's what we do as drama channels, is we always have to find something malicious in everything, right? Okay, I'll put that in my video. I'm just interested if you reached out to other drama channels and anything specific you want me to say in the video or a statement or anything. She said, I did reach out to a few. I wanted to apologize for offending so many people, so I wanted to say my part. Thanks for taking the time to listen. And I said, absolutely. So, you know, here's where I'm at with it. Like, I don't really know how I feel about it, you know? Like, I struggle believing that somebody that doesn't use those words has the ability to just have it fall from their lips, okay? A lot of people are wanting to say, well, rappers or hip-hop people use those words, you know, and so it's okay and whatever. And I think the issue is this. The issue is such a personal issue. The issue of racism in our country right now, especially right now. I mean, I feel like one of the things that makes me so sad, and I'm so thankful that my mother, who was such a civil rights activist and, you know, is not alive to see this, because I feel like we've taken so many steps forward since the 50s to be right back to where we are in 2017. It just really breaks my heart, you know? And I am not one to speak about the personal experiences of racism. I have never experienced that, ever. So, you know, people a lot of times want to say to me, well, what's it like to be in an interracial relationship because your husband is Latino and you're not? We don't really suffer a lot of that, I have to say. In the United States, I can't really even think of one situation where somebody has judged us based on the fact that I am white and he is Latino. So I don't really want to speak to racism because I think it is a personal issue. And I think to tell somebody how they should or shouldn't feel, or what a word should or shouldn't mean, or how important or how impactful that should or shouldn't be, or if it's okay or if it's not okay, is really not my place to say, especially as a white man in America. I just don't. And I'm not going to go there and say, you know, what I think is right or what I think is wrong. I will say this. I think no matter who we are, and this is what I hope for Kathleen, I hope that we learn to stop using words that are hurtful to other people, even if it's just one person. There have been words in my life that I have used, I'm not above reproach, that are not nice to other people. There are words that I don't use anymore because I have had people say to me, could you please not use that word anymore? Like, if that's offensive to me. And there are words that you wouldn't even maybe think of sometimes, but there are words that I don't have to use if there are other ways to say that, okay? This word did not have to come out of her mouth playing a video game. We could have said a slew of profanity that a lot of people don't think is okay, but okay, is not as offensive as that word. So what I'm hoping is that Kathleen, who she seems like she's learned a lot from this situation, okay? She jumped right on ship and she said, this is what I'm gonna do. I've apologized for it. And she said, I'm gonna learn from this mistake. I hope that maybe it makes her think I hope it makes her think about what's coming out of her mouth. I hope it makes all of us think of what's coming out of our mouth. This is not just about Kathleen. This should be about all of us, okay? And all of us coming together and uplifting each other instead of bringing each other down, and instead of making excuses for why certain words that are offensive to certain people are okay, instead of saying that and backing that shit up in comments of videos and saying this, say, if it hurts one person, because I don't want to hurt anybody out there. I don't know about you, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I really don't. And so if me changing a behavior can help somebody feel less hurt, why wouldn't I want to do that? So this is a bigger issue than just Kathleen. This is a bigger issue than just the other YouTubers out there that have made similar mistakes, okay? This is an issue about all of us thinking about how we treat each other on a daily basis, the language that we use in talking to one another, and the language that comes out of our mouth when we're just playing video games, out at a bar, at a sports event, whatever. it means that we need to be more conscious of how we talk, okay? Not because we're social warriors, not because we're political activists, none of that, okay? But because we want to be more kind, caring, and compassionate and not hurt people. And that, to me, is my main goal. So I just wanted to do a follow-up of that. I know that other YouTubers out there got exclusive statements for Kathleen. I'm not the only one. And, you know, the fact that she reached out to each of us individually when she didn't have to reach out to any of us at all, she could have said, you know, piss off, I don't care about those drama channels. That was impressive to me. And now I will watch and see what she does going further, you know? And she could turn this into a really awesome situation. She could make a video, and this is my suggestion, she could make a video and sit down and own her part and say, and this is what I plan to do going further, and watch for these behaviors in me, because this has really changed. By going through this experience, I have really changed as a person, and I'm gonna be a different person from now on, and you will see it, and I will make a commitment to being a more kind, caring, and compassionate person and using certain language. And if we do something positive, if we do something positive and we turn our wounds into wisdom, then going through those experiences, no matter how negative they possibly can be, is a way for us to grow as human beings. And for me, that's what life is all about, remaining teachable and continuing to grow. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.